divorced if this doesn't change. Like, that's just such a terrible way. Because first of all, it's manipulative. It's very inherently manipulative because you're telling that person, if you don't do what I want, I'm leaving. You know, that's a horribly manipulative way to have a conversation. And you're not partners in that. Hello and welcome to the Tenacity podcast. I'm your host, Patrick Martinez. This is my lovely co-host, my wife, Maddie. And today we are discussing TikTok viral videos. This one in particular is, I tried to divorce my husband, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to our marriage. So that's the title of this video. So let's get right into it.
Like 4 years ago, I threatened to divorce my husband, and it was the best thing I ever did. I looked at him and I said, "Sir, I would get more of a break if we were divorced than you actually being in the home all of the time to like actually help me do things." Let me explain. I'm not joking when I say to you, I was doing everything. All the cooking, all the cleaning, all the house stuff, all the meal prepping, all of the grocery buying, everything for our children, thinking about their clothes, teacher gifts, events, things that we needed to do. And he was just on the couch, on his phone, watching football. And I finally got to the point where I was like, I can't do this anymore with you. This doesn't make any sense for me, like emotionally or physically. Actually, it would make better sense if you didn't live here. If you moved out, you had your own place, we were divorced, and the children were with you 3 days a week, and you would be forced to cook, clean those 3 days of the week that you had them at least, right? And then I would have 3 days of the week off. I was really excited about.
What are your initial thoughts?
I'm very distracted by whatever she's doing. So,
Maddie, we are here to comment on what this woman is saying, not on her appearance or on whatever it is that she's doing.
she should maybe get bangs. I don't know.
she might very well have bangs when she's not wearing that Teletubbies halo,
That
whatever.
caterpillar on her head.
Whenever she's not wearing that caterpillar on her head, she very well may have bangs. Okay. I'm sure we all would look like we have huge foreheads if we're wearing something like that. But moving beyond her physical appearance or whatever distracting things that she's doing physically, let's discuss the content of the video. So what she said was that she realized she does everything in the home. Her husband doesn't do much besides watch football on his phone.
Yes.
And she thought, you know what? It would be better if we were divorced, because then you could go live in an apartment or I could go live in an apartment, and then we could have, we could be separate, and then the kids would be with you half the week, and then I would get a break and I wouldn't have to do so much work. So that's what she said. You have any thoughts on that?
I mean, I just feel like you can arrange something like that without having to get divorced. I mean, you can share the workload just by telling him that it's burning you out and the structure of your household needs to change so that you're not doing 90% of the things.
Right. Yes. Yeah. And from the title of the video, like we said, I threatened to divorce my husband and it's the best thing I ever did. We kind of can already tell what the end of the story is. Yeah, they worked it out, and now she's not having to do so much work, apparently.
Right. Is she going to get into that?
Yeah, and she does, yeah. But, if they just got a divorce, she would have said, I divorced my husband, it's the best thing I ever did, you know what I mean? So They didn't get a divorce. So my initial thoughts, though, when I watched this video are that this is a dangerous play to just say, I want a divorce. Like, let's start looking into that. And she describes how she was looking at apartments, she was talking to attorneys, all of it. That's a very dangerous play because you never know how the other person is going to respond to that. And there are many, many, people, clients I've had, people I've talked to, videos I've seen where people do go this route and the response is, okay.
Right.
I'll get an attorney on the phone right fucking now. Like, that's the response.
Well, it sounds like she was prepared for that response.
And she was, yeah. And so it's definitely a dangerous play. And if your goal is to get a divorce, then sure, or if that's what you want. But if that's not what you want, I've seen many viral TikTok videos of ladies doing this and then being pissed when the immediate response is okay, and then the other person never tries to fix it. They just mention, I want a divorce, and the other person says okay, and then the response from the wife is they're pissed. He didn't even try to fight. He didn't even try to argue. He just gave me what I wanted immediately with no argument. What the hell,
I know, you could have asked for something way better.
Yeah, now we're divorced,
Like, you could have just asked for help with the tasks you're complaining about.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And so, if your goal is to whip him into shape or whatever and try to get him to do more around the house, there are better ways to get this accomplished. There are better ways to do that.
I mean, I think it's okay to say, I've been having thoughts of getting a divorce.
That's honest. You should be honest. Yeah, you should be honest. But I mean, then your immediate, what you should say after that is, but I don't want that.
Right.
But we're having such a crisis, and I'm under so much stress all the time. And I don't think that you realize how much of a burden all of the household tasks and chores are onto me. And I'm so stressed out that I'm actually thinking about divorce, and I don't want that. We need to work this out. We're in some kind of crisis. This is actually very serious.
Right.
That's an honest way to have that conversation without threats. Without saying, I'm going to get a divorce if this doesn't change. Like, that's just such a terrible way. Because first of all, it's manipulative. It's very inherently manipulative because you're telling that person, if you don't do what I want, I'm leaving. That's a horribly manipulative way to have a conversation. And you're not partners in that. You're not teammates. Anytime you want to have this conversation, you want to team up. You want to say, I am having these thoughts and I don't want to have those thoughts. We need to team up to fix this. Like, what can we do together to resolve this unbalanced, work dynamic in the home? What can we do?
Right.
And if you guys can't solve it together, sure, get a third party person involved, get a relationship coach like me or a therapist involved. There's also, actually, she talks about it later. There's some kind of method I guess it's called the fair play method, where Step 1, threaten divorce. No, it's some kind of method where they balance out the chores, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's definitely ways to do this. It's like, okay, maybe you could have just gone straight to that and said, hey, I heard about this method of, where we could talk about all the chores in the house. I'm so stressed out all the time. I'm doing too much. Will you do this with me?
Right.
Maybe he would have said yeah to that before, you having to get so dark with it and threatening. So let's keep moving.
We looked at apartments. I told him to go look at an apartment. I was like, either you're going to move in there or I'm going to move in there. But either way.
That face.
Nothing. You
don't have any thoughts about her appearance, right? Right.
Either way, I'm getting 3 days off a week because I can't put up with this crap anymore.
Okay, that's something I wanted to comment on. She says, I'm getting 3 days off a week. Either way, I can't put up with this crap anymore. Why are you smiling right now?
Have you seen Flounder from The Little Mermaid?
Uh-huh. All right. I'll just let you sit with that. That's all you. What were you going to say?
That's what she looks like to me.
I mean, I gathered that. All right. So,
sorry.
Commenting on what she's saying and not on her appearance. Again, she said, I would have, if we separated, I'd get a break. I'd have 3 days off. And yeah, sure, you'd have 3 days off, but also you're seeing your kids 50% less of the time. Like, I don't understand the disconnect in her thinking that she sees that as a positive improvement in the situation. So she actually, it's almost as if she doesn't value time with her children as much as she values not having to work around the house as much. Like, if it were me, it doesn't matter the situation or the scenario. I would do literally anything to have my kids full time. Anything. I'd do all the chores at my house and at my ex-wife's house. I would literally go to my ex-wife's house and do literally every single chore that she has in her entire home for her and her other kids that aren't mine. I would do all of that if it meant that I got more time with my kids. Say, for instance, I had almost, full custody. I'd do that. I would 100% do that. She doesn't realize what she's saying here. Losing your children for 50% of the time, she's never experienced that. She doesn't understand what a heartbreaking, fucking horrible thing that is. When I first had to do that, when my wife, she left, and my ex-wife, and this was in 2015, and our two girls now, they're teenagers, and, but when she left, they were 2 and are 1, like 1.5, and just barely turned 3 years old.
Mhm.
And I had never been away from them for a single day, ever. I'd never gone on a work trip or just been away from them. I'd never been away from them ever. And I had never, every single day, whether I was working a lot or no matter what I was doing, every day I had some kind of quality time with my kids. And even with the little one, just, a year and a half, baby, she wasn't even hardly talking at all, but I'd be playing with my baby. I'd get on the ground and, one of my favorite videos of her as a baby is when I put her inside of a cardboard box and closed it, and then she would push a way out and I'd act scared. And she thought it was the most hilarious thing. And then she would close the doors back up and then push them open. And I'd go, ah! She was just a little baby in the box, like a Jack in the Box baby. It was so cute, And imagine, and they have little ones too, she says. They have like 2 under 2, Now imagine that those little babies that you get to hold and play with and you have so many amazing experiences with them every day. How much quality time is this woman spending with her children every day, and how much is she going to lose? She doesn't understand what a heartbreaking experience that is. It's fucking horrible. And I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I really, I don't think that she grasps the reality of what she was asking for, seeking, pondering, thinking about, talking to her husband about. Well, if we're separated, no matter what, at least I get a break for 3 days. Yeah, literally a break from quality time with your children, where they're not even seeing you at all. You don't get to, I guess you could call them, but it's not the same, And that's so sad.
And then when you have them for your 3.5 days out of the week or whatever, well, then you're also responsible for 100% of tasks and chores. And work. So you're still working. They're still going to school. They still have their activities, and you have all these things you have to do with them on your 50% of time that you have them. So it's really just better if you can work out a system with your spouse to share the workload, and then you're both also seeing your kids every day.
Yeah. Even
that
what
would be ideal.
Yeah, absolutely. Even what she's describing here, I don't believe her. I don't think she's lying, but I don't think that she's correct in her thinking that she would actually have less overall work, or that she would have less stress. You cannot comprehend how horrifically painful, stressful, and destructive divorce is. It is fucking horrible, and the statistics don't lie. First of all, she says, oh, well, I'd get a break and it would be good for me. Literally no thoughts at all towards what that would do to your children. It's absolutely horrific for children, and the statistics don't lie on that front. They are at a statistical disadvantage in nearly every measurable outcome when we're talking about children who have suffered through divorce. It's horrible. Maybe you'd get a break, but your children would be in a much worse situation. And even then, I don't think that she would get a break. I don't think it would be good for her. Any amount of chores that are suddenly lessened, literally every other metric gets worse. your stress increases. You're just going through a painful time because this family unit that you built, for whatever reason, it's being destroyed. That's a tragedy every time. Even if the other person is abusing you and you have to leave, it's still a tragedy because all of the hopes and dreams that you had for that relationship and all of the potential was squandered, and all that you wanted from that relationship and all that you invested in that relationship, it's all gone now. It's sad. It's a tragedy. And so, the stress and the pain that you're going to be suffering through all of that, it's awful. And the statistics are actually very clear, and the studies are very clear on the effects that divorce has even on adults. Even on adults, it's horrific. It's very similar to when a spouse is experiencing the death of their loved one, of their spouse. Like, husband is having to go through the tragedy of his wife dying. The effects that it has on your mental health and on your psyche are very similar to divorce. They're very similar. The symptoms that you will go through. She can't even comprehend how horrible it would be on her stress, her mental health, the pain and suffering that she would go through. And I don't actually think it would lessen her chores, because all of a sudden she has an entire household that she's now responsible for, and it's all on her. And the finances are all on her. All of the chores are all on her. Literally everything is on her. And she has no support in any way, shape, or form from someone who lives with her. That's awful. And I don't think she understands just how awful that is. And therefore, the idea of threatening divorce over these small issues when they don't have any trust issues. She didn't say that, I can't trust this man. He's abusive. He's lying. He's self-destructive. He's harming the children in some way. She didn't describe any kind of trust issues. She's just describing a very normal issue, which is just that there is, for whatever reason, we don't really know, but there is just an unfair balance in the chores. That is such a small and normal and regular issue that is not worth blowing up your family over. There's so many other ways to resolve that issue without going that far. So thanks for being with us, folks. Have a great day.